Hello there, my good people. I would like to say hello and thank you for clicking on to my video. My name is JoAnne Turner and I have Relapse and Remittance Multiple Sclerosis. And right now in this time, what my job is to take care of my mental health. I'm not sure if many of you guys know what relapse and remittent multiple sclerosis is, but it's a condition, an autoimmune disease condition that where my nerves, my autoimmune system is attacking my nerves and demyelinating them. You know how if you had an extension cord, you got the outside layer on the extension cord that's protecting the wires. Well, that's the same thing with our nerves. That protection, cushioning of my nerves, my own body is attacking itself and demyelinate it. So they have to demyelinate the nerves. Say that fast. But and so it really causes problems in my daily living, and I get a lot of issues that I have. Now I'm experiencing a lot of brain fog, of what I consider mental decline, and I'm on infusions twice a year. I take infusions of rituximab. It started off with me having dizziness at first. And at first I just thought I was just doing too much. I was in school, I was working, a mom of 3, a foster mom, and also had 2 houses when I was diagnosed with MS. And I had just the year prior had a total hysterectomy. So I thought all of this was a combination of that. But now, as life would have it, I walk on a walker sometimes due to needing a knee replacement. And also sometimes when I'm dizzy, it helps. I ran for many years. Once they told me I had this condition, I thought I was going to beat it. But lo and behold, this girl is holding on. Like every time I move and make her, she move and right back at me in my face. So she on board for the long haul, because there's no cure for multiple sclerosis. And so right now, what I'm trying to do is to really eliminate all the stress that I can get out of my life, so that my life could be a little bit easier. The quality of life right now that I have is okay, but it's not that great. Can it be a little better? Yes, it can. Once I get this knee fixed, we figure it out what's going on with the knee. I need a total knee replacement is what they're saying, but I'm hoping that I could find something else to regrow the cartilage instead of having the replacement. I'm getting a little apprehensive about it. It's coming up pretty soon. But I used to be a hairstylist, and I did that for many years. A professional hairstylist. I started off with braiding, and then I was licensed to do regular hair, put chemicals on and cut and do all that stuff, because I knew how to do that as well. So I did that. But after I dropped the curler iron, the hot curling iron on 2 of my clients, it was time for me to stop. I knew it was time for me to stop. It was doing hair. I love doing hair. I loved doing hair, but I had to stop because I didn't want to hurt anyone. Right now I have issues with both of my hands being numb. My right one is the numbest. It feels like there's a tight glove on it, but my left one is also getting like that as well, feeling like I have a tight glove on it. So just as my right knee needs a total knee replacement, my left one is acting up like the right one. And I'm by myself. I had been married at one time, but I had to relinquish that marriage because it was causing a lot of issues with me, and in my body was bringing me a lot of stress. And so once I was told I needed to eliminate the stress out of my life, it took about 5 years to really make the decision for me to go. And there was a lot that happened in that, making that decision to apply for divorce. And then with the applying for the divorce is when I left my house. We had a house, but I had to leave it. I had to leave everything and start over anew. And now God has blessed me. At first, for 2 years after I left the home, I was with my daughter. I stayed with my daughter for 2 years, probably like 2.5 years. But at one time was 2 years straight, and the other time was 6 months at a time. And so now I'm here. God has blessed me to finally purchase my own house. I have a 3-bedroom house, 2 bath, and it's nice. It's just me. At first it was me and my daughter, my granddaughter, but they have moved, and so it's just me. And so I'm trying to figure out what could I do to make income. Right now I have decided to become a fashion designer, a crochet fashion designer. I love to crochet, and I actually have some footies that I'm starting right here, but I decided to get on and make this video quick, for make this video first, then I'll go back to doing my work. But I wanted to get to introduce myself. I'm JoAnne Turner, and I will be talking to you, or I would like to start my page talking about healing and going forward, keeping the faith in God, keeping your faith in God, and healing. We all go through things. That is something that we will never get away from, us being people. We will always go through something, but how do we react when we go through them things? Do we cuss, hurt others, or blame others? Or do we take responsibility and do what we need to do? And so me, I always try to take responsibility. I know that I can't blame nobody else for what I go through. I can only blame myself. And so, yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm at home and I'm crocheting as of now because I can't work a full-time job. I have been let go of 3 full-time jobs. I keep going back to try, but it doesn't work. About that 3rd week, it feels like a Mack truck has hit me and my whole body hurts, and it sends me like into a relapse. I can't get out of bed. I can't walk. I really can't do anything for myself. So it's best that a full-time job, I can't do it. A part-time job, possibly I'm gonna try to start a part-time job, but right now it's kind of scary still because I still need a knee replacement and I'm in school right now. So today is actually, I got to take a final today. And after I take my final, then we'll go from there with what I'm supposed to be doing if I would get a job with what I just finished school for. Or what's to happen. I'm to have a knee replacement soon. So I think it's best that I will have the knee replacement before I go into working, but I need finances. So this is where I'm like, Lord, what do I do? So I'm starting my YouTube page and I'm talking about healing. I have been with God the whole time that I have been going through this condition, and also, and I was diagnosed 10 years ago with relapse and remittent multiple sclerosis. And then right after that, I think 5 years later, I applied for a divorce. So everything is new. I feel like it's been one thing after another, you guys, one thing after another. But I'm trying to stay on my feet and trying to um, continue to do what I can for myself without having to depend on someone else. Is it hard? Yes, it is. Um, I purchased a house. Um, God blessed me to be able to purchase a house and to pay it off. And so this is where I am. But now I still need finances in order to live, right? Because right now, my sister girl is by herself. I've been doing it for 2 years. But now it's time to change the game up a little bit. So yes, I'm going to start to share what God has given to me. And many of us know how to do hair already, so I don't need to show y'all how to do hair no more, or y'all don't need another hair person on the scene, but it would always help, I think, to have someone that would encourage us, and to let us know that even though we go through hard times, we can still make it out. I just got to continue to apply myself and to try where I can. Like I said, I walk on a walker. I have a scooter that I ride as well when I don't walk, can't feel like I want to walk on a walker. And, it's not easy having a chronic illness. And that's what I have. Multiple sclerosis is a chronic illness. And a lot of times I'm tired, I'm fatigued, and I get overwhelmed pretty easily. And that's today we was in class, our last day of class. I felt like my brain wasn't even there. I couldn't even take in what she was saying. And she talking so fast, and then she talking about something else, talking about class, talking fast about something else. That makes me crazy. So I just got off and I decided to talk to you guys because I thought that this would be better for me. I'm not sure if I could really go out and do a part-time job, but I'm gonna try. That's what I'm gonna do. I can't stand up and do hair any longer. I refuse to hurt anybody. So I left hair, stopped doing hair, and then I've been really trying to get myself together because I had a relapse, and then like my knees are getting really bad and it hurts to walk. So a lot of times I just stay in the house. I don't do anything, stay in the house and crochet. But now, as God would have it, I'm figuring out other things to do while I'm at home. And, I still talk to God every day. And I thank God for his word, because that's what has kept me. I have went to others. My mom told me, oh, families are like spiders. You branch off, go your own separate ways. So I know that I have nothing at home. There's nothing that I can get from there, anybody to give me or to help me with. So I might as well do it myself, because 9 times out of 10, I'm always the one to get called to ask for help. So, yeah. And it's so unfortunate to have a chronic illness and you can't work when you want to work, and then you got so many doctor's appointments that you're always going to doctor's appointments. And then if you think you're dealing with just your hands, and then your feet come up, and then your knees come up, and then your back come up. It's always one thing going from another. So I'm trying to do the best that I can, without complaining, praying to God, reading my Bible, my word, and doing what I'm supposed to do. It said faith without works is dead, right? Lord, I have faith in you that you said that you're going to send me some money. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work for it. And this is what I know to do. I'm coming out with a new crochet line. And I have talked to someone already, and we're in the works of talking about having it put into a store here, a local store. So I will bring more to you guys about that once in the store. I'm really, really close. I just have to get the labels put on the clothes and then take them in, and we'll see how it do. And I would keep you guys posted on that. But until then, I would just like to say, for the ones that you are going through a hard time, you have been through a hard time, keep going. It gets better. Not every day is going to be a good day. Some days you're going to have down days. There's some times when I'm like 2 to 3 days in the bed and I can't get out the bed, but then it makes me feel better when I do get up out the bed and I do something. I have many workbooks that I do. I used to run. I got many, but I don't run anymore. I want to go to the gym, but it's like I don't really have any weight to lose, but I can bulk it up. But I don't want to be I don't know. I just haven't went to the gym. Maybe if I had someone tell me, I'll want to get a personal trainer to go to the gym. But in this time, it's just I have to focus on my mental health and keeping my mental health together. I see a lot in my family that there's a lot of us that have mental health issues and that don't like to acknowledge it, but I acknowledge mine. And whatever the problem is, I got to acknowledge that problem so I can get rid of that problem and we can go from there. I try to keep myself as happy as I can, but when you come from mental abuse, physical abuse, spiritual abuse, emotional abuse, you're going to have a lot of issues to work through. So these are some, and as I was younger, I realized I stuffed it down and now it's bubbling to the top. It's been bubbling to the top for some years, but I have to know how to handle it and handle it in a good way that's going to be good for me, not from somebody else, but for me. We was taught to, put others before yourself. No. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. I am here to tell you, you do not put others in front of yourself. You got to, what they tell you when you on the airplane, you put the mask on yourself first so you can say yourself right. You don't put it on somebody else. You put it on yourself first. So now I have to learn to take care of myself before God allows someone else, I believe, to come into union with me. And I'm happy because there's some things that I got to get worked out of me. When I was a teenager, my first boyfriend physically abused me. He put a gun in my mouth. There was a lot of stuff that I had to go through with him. So, I'm still dealing with that and having to do things to go forward and go on about some things. And then my first husband, but my second serious relationship, he emotionally and verbally abused me. And emotional abuse, an example of emotional abuse is wait, let me miss you. He didn't want to spend time with me because we lived together. He wanted to miss me, and he wanted to always go out and be with his friends and his family over me. And then he even got to start saying, oh, you think you better than us? If I would say, oh, Lord, please forgive me, and I was in their presence, oh, you think you better than us? So I had to deal with a lot of that. And his family didn't like me. But we still stayed together as long as we did. I stayed as long as I could before I had to just go ahead and apply for a divorce and get out of there, because there was a lot of things that was happening that wasn't favorable for me, that was steady taking me down. And it was happening to me. And, people would tell you a lot of things, but they don't always have your best interests, at the forefront. They would have theirs before yours. So you have to know how to take care of yourself And that's what I'm learning to do, is to take care of myself in this time, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And I want you to go with me. Okay? Nice meeting you all. Bye-bye.